Hi there. Today I am talking mainly about living now. A mindful person will say living in the present. Jesus says that the birds don't toil for their food. The lilies of the valley just grow. Basically, Jesus says the exact same thing. The past is past. The future is not here. There isn't anything you can do to change anything. Live right now. And so, how do you do that? Let's take a look at our thoughts. What do you think about? We think about, that mistake that we made yesterday. And we'll rerun that mistake. We'll think of all sorts of things that we could have said. Have you ever noticed when you do that, it just repeats itself over and over and over and over, and you get nowhere. When we live in the present, that future thinking or living in the past thinking stops. We cling to what's happening right now. And so what do we need to do? To live mindfully says this. What are you doing right now? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? How does it look? How does it taste? How does it smell? In other words, get your senses, all of these senses going. What is happening? What can you sense right now? And emotions are incredibly important. Do not think that emotions are bad or that I'm trying to get rid of emotions. That is not the case at all. We need emotions. But emotions can go haywire. And to stop that, PTSD patients oftentimes go through these exact steps, that here's what you need to do. You need to mindfully meditate. But there are other things, and this is what I'm trying to say today. When you brush your teeth, take out your toothbrush, rinse the toothbrush under water, put the toothpaste on. What does it look like? What does it smell like? Really pay attention to that before you even do it. Before you brush your teeth, I mean. How heavy is it? Feel just what's going on today. Then start to brush your teeth very slowly. Go around a circle on the tooth. What does it feel like? Is that massaging your tooth, the gums around the tooth, the cheek? Is the toothbrush rubbing against your cheek? How does that all feel? And oh, that aroma, that minty aroma, and the taste. Just sense it all. Is there a grittiness to the toothpaste, or is it a smooth toothpaste? Be curious about all of this that's happening. And continue that with your whole toothbrushing session. When you're washing dishes, I hate washing dishes, right? Some of us don't. But what does the water feel like? How warm is that water? Is it smooth when you go over the dishes? What are you trying to do when you get the grease off the dishes? Or how does it feel? What does the cloth feel like in your hands? Sense all of that stuff. Be curious about what it's like to wash dishes. Really pay attention to that, and only that. Same thing with you brushing your teeth. When you're brushing your teeth, just concentrate on that right now. What are you doing right now? Even, I've done this before. When we go out for a walk, what are you sensing outside? What can you see? What can you feel? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste? So to ease our minds in respect to the emotions and getting stuck in this spiral all the time, live in the moment. One of the things that mindfulness people will tell you all the time is all of a sudden you will catch yourself drifting off into this circle of no return. Stop. Pay attention. What are you thinking about? And now just take a certain amount of breaths. I like to take 10. A lot of them say 6. 6 isn't enough for me. You decide what's enough for you. But just take this moment and breathe in. Oh, that felt good. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And just do that 5 or 6 times, and all of a sudden you might discover that emotion, what was I thinking? You have the power, as we discussed yesterday, you have the power of your mind to change things. And sometimes it's tough. People with PTSD, other brain injuries, mental illnesses, mental problems. And this is sounding like it's people with all sorts of brain stuff going on and they're just wacko. I'm not saying that at all. This is for all of us. Especially during this time when so much is going on. Take a breather. That's exactly what I'm saying. Take some breaths. Live in the moment. Whatever you're doing, you're sitting on a chair. What does it feel like? Develop a sense of what your senses are telling you about here and now. The past is past. Can you fix something? Okay. You can do that, but you're not going to fix it with 24 hours of thinking about it. So you may as well not think about it that much. Just know that the present is here, and God has you in this moment. God has always had you. If you worry, God has you. If you don't worry, God has you in His palm of His hands. Don't let your mind say that you're a bad person. Don't let your mind say that because you did this, you're going to just be a miserable person the rest of your life. Don't worry about the future. In the Lakota language, you will find this word kate all the time. Kate, 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 kate. What does kate mean? Kate means it's hypothetical. It means it's in the future, perhaps. It means something that we wish for. It means something that has not happened. Strangely enough, in Lakota there is no past tense either. We have to specify something in the past tense. Hypothetical though, that is the big thing. We need to watch that. What is hypothetical in our lives that just we are making it up ourselves? We don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. So, today and every day, for the rest of your life, Try to live in the moment as much as possible. If you're listening to the music, sometimes this is different, hey? You're listening to music, really dig into it. What am I hearing? What instruments am I hearing? What voices am I hearing? And maybe you don't know. Be curious. I hear this instrument. I wonder what that is. What could it look like? Use your creativity too, hey? Make up what that instrument might look like to you. What is that sound? How is that sound made? Is that something vibrating together? Is it a drum? Is it a stringy thing or a guitar? Here I am making all of these instruments. I see you can't see my hands anyway. What are the words? What are the words trying to portray? What is this music making you feel like? Do you have it on so loud that you can feel the vibrations? Music is kind of a fun thing to do. Just sit back and just listen. And sometimes just doing that, listening, being right with the music, not thinking anything else, is powerful. It's amazing. So you can go through your day meditating all day in the present. It's not formal meditations. In mindfulness, it's called informal. But do it. Do it. It's a God-given thing that you can do with your mind that will help you. And again, like I said earlier, Christianity had this all over the place until all of a sudden people started to say, well, we in the Western world, that's just weird, so we're not going to do that. That wasn't one of the smartest things we did. And today during COVID, and I think we could all live with COVID, that's not an issue. But living with COVID, the racism, the politics, you name it, it's wearing on us. It's beating on us. We need something. And all we need is knowing we're okay. And you are okay. But you have to remind yourself. So, go do something mindful. Think about what you're doing, what it feels like, what it tastes like, all this stuff. Tomorrow, I think I know what I'm going to do. So make sure you come tomorrow. And if you do, bring along with you a piece of chocolate. Maybe a couple pieces of chocolate. And preferably a chocolate that you have not had for a while. Okay? Did I entice you? It's k'te. It is hypothetical. It may not happen. But if I remember correctly, I will try to do this tomorrow with chocolate. Okay? Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.